Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, so let's get that done. The audio will be on Anchor at the top of the messages, and if you want to drop a donation, feel free. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan just got done beating Michigan State 44-10, and we just got it done. I mean, what is it to say? Little bro. Not this year, man. Not this year. I know most of the Michigan State fans probably didn't think they were going to win this game. Their offense is just too bad. But for the first time, we saw speed in space, y'all. That was speed in space. Guys getting the ball in position to run after the catch. So let's see what we got here. Shea was 24 of 34, 70%, 384, 4 TDs. I ain't got nothing to say about you today, Shea. That's the best game I've seen him play as a Michigan starting quarterback. Best game I've seen. I ain't got nothing to say. Matter of fact, way to get it done. You finally got 300 yards. Ronnie Bell, 9 catches for 150. Ronnie Bell is only gonna get better, and for next year, that's dividends for next year, because now you got a go-to guy. Honestly, I think Nico was gone after this year, but with Ronnie, DPJ, and Tariq, and Cornelius, and Sanders still, that's a nice wide receiver room right there. But this game was close for a minute. Well, the first half was decently close until it was tied 7-7. Then Michigan went on like a 90-yard drive and went up 14-7. Then they went up 17-7 at half. And then the second half, Michigan State couldn't really do anything, and we just continued to score points. Like the offense was clicking, and we couldn't run the ball against them really. Well, we really didn't try to run it that much. We actually, in my video that I made, I was saying we should try to throw it, but I didn't think we would. I thought we would do what we've been doing the last few games, just trying to run the ball, and Shea does the game manager thing. But they came out throwing the ball and actually trying to expose Michigan State's weaknesses on the edge and in the secondary. So I was very surprised to see that. Honestly, I mean, the more you think you know about the team, then all of a sudden Harbaugh and Don Brown try to change it up. So I salute that. That's why I can't never get off the Harbaugh bandwagon. Because when I think he's not gonna change and he's just stubborn, he changes it up. So this game was just this is what we thought we would see when the season started. When, at least by Wisconsin game, you thought you would see a lot of the stuff that we're seeing now, but it seems like it just took them a while to figure out who to put in what place. You were seeing Sanders still getting on reverses. We saw the guy Giles Jackson on reverses, getting it to Ronnie Bell on screens, DPJ on screens, Nico downfield, Tariq I saw once downfield. And so it seems like it just took them a long time just to figure out what to do with the weapons they have on offense, who to use in this way and who to use in that way. I mean, it really shouldn't have, but it seems like it has. If a guy is quick and fast, you use him on screens and short routes. If a guy is a long strider like Nico and Tariq, you use them on go routes, fly routes, deeper routes. But it ain't nothing we can do about it now, y'all. We done lost the 2 games, but it was good to beat Michigan State. I somewhat have love for Michigan State, y'all. I'm from Michigan, so I somewhat have love for them because it's a Michigan team. In the back of my heart or mind, I somewhat care about them being decent. It's a Michigan because it's a Michigan team, but I was happy to see us blow them out. Don't get it twisted. I was happy to see us handle business because I was nervous for a minute in the first half when they scored first. And Lewerke played bad like he has been against us, but for that on their one scoring drive, he was looking good. He was looking like he was going to turn back the clock to when was that, his sophomore year, or when he was looking good. But after that, he just looked bad. He was just throwing wobbly balls, and he got picked on one of them with from Ambry, and then he got picked again with against Lavert Hill, but the ball was tipped. But I'm not sure what's up with him. He had me nervous by him coming back. I thought he would bounce back from that injury last year, but I don't know what to say about him. Some dudes just don't live up to their potential. Dude's got the potential. Just like we saw on that one drive. He was pinpoint on a couple throws, using his legs. And he's got the tools, but I'm not sure why he hasn't put it together and excelled. He's just regressed. But this was a complete game. Defense looked good doing the bracket, and I don't care about for the bracket. I mean, if they're running crossing routes, I understand it. But if they're not really running a lot of crossing routes, I don't really like it. I'd rather do a two deep and have the safeties kind of watching over everything instead of just watching the outside receivers. So we'll see how it does next week against Indiana, and then of course against OSU. But this was a complete game. Shout out to the defensive players: Lavert, Ambry, Dax, Aiden, Michael Dana, Khalik. Defense played lights out and did what they had to do besides some penalties. This was a kind of a chippy game. What you expect? It's Michigan versus Michigan State, so you expect it to be chippy, and the refs trying to kind of call some ticky-tack penalties just to make sure it doesn't get out of hand, to keep control of the game. But besides the penalties and stuff, this was a complete game for the most part. What you have? DPJ fumbled on the one punt return, but besides that, this was a complete game. But shout out to Shea. I know y'all gonna say you talked about Shea all season. Shout out to Shea. When I told y'all, when a player plays good, I'm not gonna get on here and I'm not gonna say nothing about Shea. I've been talking about him. He played good, y'all. He played good. But this makes me wonder, how good could he have played if we were actually doing speed and space? Because what we were seeing before all season, that wasn't no speed and space. The play calling is just, today was the best. This was honestly Gaddis's best play calling game, and it showed with Shea. Because just some of the plays were called and they were executed correctly, and then some of it was just Shea, doing what he does when he gets out of the pocket, making plays. So that combined into having him have a great game. I can't knock him. The only knock I will say and this ain't on Shea, Harbaugh, get him out the game. When we up 27 with 4 minutes and 6 and 7 minutes or 5 minutes left, get him out the game and let the backups, let them get some shine, man. I don't like that, bro. Let them backups that be working so hard, let them get in the game. Shea done played a hell of a game. Let Dylan or Joe, whoever you gonna put in, let them get some reps. I don't like that. I mean, it is what it is, but maybe he wanted Shea to just have that whole complete game from start to finish. But let them backups get some shine, because this is why I don't like it anyway. You up that much, just like Bama. Bama was up 35-3, and Tua Louis, I call him Tua Louie. Tua Louie gets hurt. He done. They got the card out for him. Why you got your player that just came off an injury still in the game? I know Shea wasn't hurt, but I'm just saying, when you up that much, put the backup in. What are you trying to prove? Like, you trying to just demolish Michigan State? We know that they got demolished. Dylan or Joe probably would have came in and got another touchdown. But get your starter. If that's your starter and he's that important, get him out the game. You got him out there still. He's still running the read, and you can get hurt at any time. Get your starter out the game and get your backups in the game. For injury purposes, at least. You should want to let them get in and get reps and get these dudes some shine just for your transfer portal. Because the transfer portal, it's real. These dudes are getting, okay, you want to do that? I'm out of here. I see you. But, get your important players out of the game. Like, I understand you want to demolish Michigan State, but and show it to D'Antonio, but if that's your starter and you act like Dylan is that and Joe are that far behind him, get him out the game. We still got OSU left. We still got Indiana. Indiana gonna come to play. They're gonna play us tougher than Michigan State did. Michigan State's just having a horrible year, y'all. They program is collapsing right now. You can just see it on the look on D'Antonio's face that he knows that this team, they might lose the rest of their games. I don't know who they have left, but at this point of the year, there's not any cupcakes left on really anybody's schedule except SEC teams. Somehow they have cupcakes in 10 weeks into the season and stuff. But Big Ten, you ain't gonna see no cupcakes this late in the season. So it's just important for that. But Michigan State is I'm not sure if they're gonna fire D'Antonio or what, but that's their problem. I can't worry about their problems. We still got Indiana and OSU left, and Indiana, like I said, they gonna come to play. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. This was a short one. They balled out. They balled out and showed up. So when it's like that, I ain't got to say much. It ain't much to say. Good win, get it done. Now let's get it. We got two more games in the bowl game, so Indiana's gonna come to play. I'm gonna probably make a video Monday or Tuesday about that game, and we'll discuss that and what to expect from Indiana. But like, share, subscribe. If you want to drop a donation, feel free. As always, go blue.